Before Abraham walked the earth, before the languages were scattered, a man stood in the shadow of Babel, not to build it, but to bring it down. They called him Melchizedek, king of Salem, priest of the Most High. But before the scriptures ever whispered his name, he was hunted by Nimrod, the self-declared God-king of men. While Babel stretched to the heavens, Melchizedek descended into the deep, into tunnels carved by the ancients, into secrets older than flood and flame. They say he never died. They say he never had a father, never a mother. But the truth was buried beneath stones too heavy for history to lift. Until now. Babel was not a city. It was a monument to rebellion. Each brick pressed from the blood of the enslaved. Each tear a stairway to self-worship. And Nimrod? Not just a king, a hunter of men. A demigod stitched together by pride, sorcery, and the screams of prophets he silenced. But one voice he could not silence. Melchizedek, a priest of a forgotten order, offering bread and wine, not to idols, but to a God unseen. He spoke not of power, but of presence, not of dominion, but of covenant. He undermines Babel. He scatters the hearts of the builders. Bring me his head, or I'll offer yours to the tower. While Babel clawed at the sky, beneath the earth, another kingdom stirred. A sanctuary of outcasts, of stonemasons who refused to chisel Nimrod's madness, of scribes who remembered the true name. At its heart, a runaway named Seraphina. Once a temple servant to Babel's moon goddess, she fled the rituals of child sacrifice and whispered lies. She found Melchizedek, not in armor, but in humility, not crowned in gold, but wrapped in linen, hands stained with the soil of secret gardens. He called her by a name she had forgotten, daughter. And in that name, she remembered her worth. But truth has a price. And Nimrod, he smelled defiance. The bread Melchizedek broke glowed with the fire of Eden. The wine pulsed like liquid covenant. And when the soldiers touched it, their swords shattered, but miracles make enemies. And Nimrod unleashed something darker. Gravity warped, tongues twisted. The laws of nature began to obey the will of one man. If your God will not descend to me, Nimrod spat, then I will ascend to him. On the eve of Babel's completion, Melchizedek gathered the remnant. 12 stone seats, 1 golden table. Seraphina, scarred but unshaken, sat beside him. They prayed, not for victory, but for remembrance. Let the nations forget me, Melchizedek said. As long as they remember him. He took the bread, he lifted the cup, and as he blessed them, golden light poured from the chalice, piercing the tunnels, reaching the roots of Babel's foundation. Then came the sundering. The language of stone forgot its shape. The language of mind unraveled. Babel, undone not by blade, but by breath. Nimrod stood atop his unfinished throne, screaming into the heavens, but heaven did not scream back. And Melchizedek, gone, not dead, not buried, just absent, as if time itself refused to close his chapter. They say Salem became Jerusalem, that long after Abraham, a carpenter's son would echo the same ritual. Bread, wine, a covenant renewed, but long before the manger, before Sinai, before the law. There was a priest, a king, a light in the underworld beneath Babel, and his name was Melchizedek.